Hello everyone, welcome back. It's King H once again. For the new subscribers, welcome to this channel. Hope you enjoy the content that is there and what I have to share with you. And as I said, welcome. And please like, share and subscribe. Today is World Cancer Day. Can say it's a journey, but it's not a destination. So we celebrate the human resilience, and we're there with anyone going through cancer. We're there with you, and we'll create more awareness moving forward. Well, topic of today is mental illness and wellness. Yesterday we spoke about being unstoppable and unpopular. More of stopping being a people pleaser. So I hope you enjoyed what I had to share, and maybe got some pointers in it. Maybe you got to understand why you may be behaving in a certain way or acting in a certain way, just depending on the different masks that you wear on your day-to-day going about of your day-to-day life. So let's jump into the mental illness and mental wellness chapter and get to understand more of what it entails and what it has. Once again, I hope everybody is doing well. Hope you're good. I hope you're living, not just existing, and enjoying this life as it comes, and whatever it gives you, and you take it as it comes too. So here we go. We're going to talk about mental illness and mental wellness. So understanding mental health requires looking at it not as a binary, sick versus healthy, but as a spectrum that fluctuates throughout our lives. Mental illness and wellness, while they're related, they're not the same thing. You can live with a mental illness and still achieve a high level of mental wellness. Mental illness, these are health conditions involving changes in emotion, thinking, or behavior, or a combination of these. They are associated with distress and problems functioning in social, work, or family activities. Common types include ADHD, that's where I come in, ADD, anxiety disorders, depression, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and PTSD. And actually, there are 200 mental illnesses out there. Can't mention all of them, but if you have time, look into that. Well, I mentioned ADHD because I was diagnosed with the ADHD. That was 2015. I've mentioned this in previous videos. Well, when it comes to ADHD, I'll speak for that in my context because we all experience mental illness differently. There's somebody who could be having ADHD who experiences it totally different from I do, and the intensities are also quite different. And many people don't understand that. They all think it's one. It's not like when you're getting flu. Common flu is everybody gets the same symptoms, gets the same thing that happens to them. But when it comes to this, the intensities is what varies amongst everyone. Even with bipolar, schizophrenia, it's all totally different on how we experience it. So now with ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and then there's ADD, which is just the attention deficit disorder. Mine has the hyperactivity, and if any of you knew me from my younger days, or better yet when I was a child, or better yet in secondary time, you would understand. I didn't even know this then, but the hyperactivity came in with the likes of sports. I engaged in almost all the sports, and I excelled in all the sports, be it football, be it rugby, be it basketball, swimming, you name it. I was in the athletics, I was in there. But many people, even myself as I mentioned, couldn't understand why I'm in all these things at the same time. How am I managing all of these things? But it's the hyperactivity that we have to find an outlet to drain these things out of. So that's with that, let's say now secondary, primary and all that, now you have that. But when you get older, now your outlets become substance abuse. Now you get into things like drugs, alcohol, hypersexuality, and many other things that come along with it. So those things now become your hope. They become your cushion. So you turn to these things just to keep yourself calm, because your mind is on overdrive. You're just moving too fast for your own good. So to keep that dopamine level up, you turn, as I said, to substance abuse, drinking, smoking. It depends, man. It varies with everybody. Not everybody has the same thing. Maybe somebody else is addicted to maybe sexual activities or some sorts. It all varies with the individual. So with that, you tend to find that now, as I said, in adulthood, now you cling to the substance abuse because of triggers that come along. So you get triggered by certain things, and your emotions just elevate to another level, because that's where we're hyper, and the emotions are also in a high level. So when we're angry to an extreme. When we're sad to an extreme. When we're happy to an extreme. So we have extremities, so sometimes we have to balance them, and to balance them becomes very difficult. And anybody who has symptoms, or anybody who has somebody who has ADHD or any mental disorder, be kind to them, in the sense that most of these things happen without our knowledge. It's not like we wake up and we're like, nah, today we're going to cause chaos, we're gonna make sure somebody gets enough. It doesn't happen that way. It can just spark up. Even right now, I'm taking this video, maybe my trigger might just happen, and then out of nowhere now this video turns to something else. I'm not saying that it will, I'm just saying, I'm giving an example. It's not things that are pre-planned or premeditated. No, these things happen spontaneously, and it can happen at any point in time, and you just have to understand yourself. So for myself, I'm not on medication, and I'm self-managed, but it took me time. So as I mentioned, I got off medication. That was in 2017. That's when I got off medication, because I sought out that it's numbing me as a person. So I was not being creative as I'm a creative. So I decided, you know what, let me try to self-manage and see how this best helps me. So far so good. I have my downs, I have my ups, and just, as I say, keep on taking each day as it comes, and we keep on living. And for the people who have known and have been with me through it all, I am grateful for you, and I thank you so much for understanding me and always being there. There's no way I would have done most of these things without y'all. You know yourselves, I love you, and I care for you so much. So that's ADHD. As for bipolar ADD, we'll have to look into it, or better yet, one time I'll actually get somebody who's more into the bipolar or ADD spectrum to come and discuss this and tell you this is what happens, or this what, so we'll keep it open. And if you are out there and you're willing to share, and you're okay with it, please reach out to me, and maybe we can hear your version of things. So moving on, as I said, the mental awareness part now will come in. This is a proactive, positive state. It is the ability to handle life stresses, realize your potential, learn well, and work well. It's about resilience and how you bounce back when things get difficult. There are practical ways to cope. So coping is about building a toolbox of strategies to use when the internal weather turns stormy. For yourself, if you're going through this mental illness or any disorder of any sorts, this is what I would advise you. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. For immediate anxiety, name 5 things you see. 4 you can't touch, 3 you hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste. This grounds you in the present moment. It's just to get your mind back into the present moment, because our mind, as I said, moves too fast for our own good. We're neurodivergent, we have a chemical imbalance, so our brains are not fully developed. They are brains but they're not fully developed as compared to neurotypical. So you have to bring yourself back to the present moment, and that is through self-awareness. You have to really understand who you are first, or what you have, for you to be able to reach this level of, now let's use this technique. So First and foremost, if you're able to get a diagnosis, if you're not able to, seek for help for people who may understand. Reach out and try to figure out, why am I like this, or why is it happening this way? Because sometimes some people are scared to reach out, and if you're out there and you need to reach out, you can always reach out to me through King H Chronicles. I've left my email too, and there are mental groups and mental spaces for you to be comfortable in. So reach out if you need to. So as I said, the 5-4-3-2-1 technique for immediate anxiety. Name 5 things you see, 4 you can touch, 3 you hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste. As I said, it grounds you. The routine anchoring. Mental illness often feels like chaos. Establishing anchors like a consistent wake-up time or a 10-minute morning walk provides a sense of control. That's why I have a routine. I wake up early, and depending on what I want, I either meditate for 21 minutes, or better I'd read a book, to calm, because you're back into the conscious state. You're from the subconscious and unconscious state. Now you're back to your normal reality. So you have to create a space whereby you're not consuming too much in the early morning. So once you create that routine, you can follow through, like listening to meditation music, or meditating yourself in peace and quiet. Read a book for a good 10-15 minutes. I don't know how many pages you can cover with that, but depends on how fast and slow you read also. So take time to find a routine. All right, the professional part about it, and now finding the professional support. Therapy and, when necessary, medication. They're not crutches, because many people believe they're crutches, which means it can aid somebody else. For myself, I found self-managing works best for me. Medication sort of made me more of an introvert. I'm more of an ambivert, I'm more of an ambivert, so introvert, extrovert, so I'm balanced in between, but I was turning more into an introvert, whereby now I needed more of my space. I didn't need people around me, and it became difficult because I was losing myself. And the best thing to always do, and I always mention in all the videos, is be your authentic self. So I was self-aware to understand that this is not working for me. But if it does work for you, continue using the medication and go through it the right way. There's fake medicine out there that people are using and making it worse for them, and they're experiencing what they're not meant to be experiencing, because the medicine that they're getting is not the right medicine that they're meant to be using. So anyway, go through the right route. If you can't, try to self-manage. Keep learning, keep trying to understand more about what you're going through, because the more you learn and more you understand, the more you'll get self-aware of who you are as a person. So keep doing that. So as I said, therapy and, when necessary, medication. They're not crutches. They're tools that level the playing field for you. If you want to be on the same level of playing field with neurotypicals and want to feel like you're in a safe space, go ahead. It's okay. For someone else, meaning you, the person who's now with the person who has a mental disorder, this is for you. Active listening. Often people don't want solutions. They want to be heard. Use phrases like, "That sounds incredibly difficult. I'm here with you." The support triangle. Ensure you aren't their only source of support. Help them connect with professionals or support groups so you don't experience caregiver burnout, because it happens. You can't be the sole provider to this person going through this, because it will weigh in on you. Your energies will drain. You'll not have that power to keep driving, and the person needs new energy every day, because, as I mentioned, they go through levels of changes, mood fluctuations each and every day. So they need constant care. And when I mention care, it's not like you're a caregiver. It's just like a mental space of caring, because that's where most people come in. So somebody else needs to be in the loop, and for that to work, there needs to be a sort of safe space for them to be able to open up and say, "No, I'm okay with this person," or "I'm okay with that person." But it's all upon the person who's going through it. Always remember, do not make it about you. Always understand they're not understanding what they're going through also. They can be aware, but they don't understand certain triggers that happen and what occurs to them. So keep that in mind. So separate the person from the illness. Remember that the lashing out or withdrawal is often a symptom, not their personality, of which many people are mistaken. They assume, no, yeah, King H is like this. Oh no, he's always like this. Oh no, it's not. Unfortunately, that's not my personality. If you get to understand who I am as a person, you get to understand that, you know what, that is just having an episode in this moment. And once you pick that up, you're able to know that, okay, no, he's going through a phase, or he's going through this, and let's give him some time, or better yet, offer that support. Many people tend to back away. It's because information, they lack information. It's ignorance, total ignorance. They feel like, oh, why should we need to know? If you need to be in that person's space, you need to learn and understand them, and understanding is key. So learn and understand the person who's going through this, and they'll be able to also learn and understand you, because you're coming from different spectrums. So accepting your mental illness. Acceptance is not the same as giving up. It is the first step toward effective management. Grieve the expected life. This is something very important, because everybody envisions a life that they have in their mind right now, and once you get to understand that you have a mental disorder, it crashes all those hopes and dreams that you had. And one symptom that you have is hopelessness and worthlessness, and that now becomes a major trigger. Now you feel more hopeless and worthless, and in these moments is when you need people to be like, you know what, no, you got this. It's the support system matters. As I said, the support system matters. If you don't have the right support, you will crumble, you'll go down in shambles, and you don't need that. So first and foremost, you have to accept who you are. You have to accept that this is the new me. And once you accept that, and as I mentioned in previous videos, once you accept that who you are, everything else moves swiftly. You create new energy to move through these things. So I hope that you will accept yourself with time. It took me time. In the beginning, if you'd ask me or talk about mental disorder right now, I would say this is nonsense, man. How talk about that? I'm sure somebody else must be saying, oh, this guy is bloody crazy. But no, it took me time, and I've accepted who I am. And those who don't accept, well and good. Those who accept, well and good. Life goes on. You just have to find the people who want to play with you. And when I say play with you, be in your circle. So that's how it's meant to be. So the grieve the expected life. It's okay to be angry or sad that things are harder for you than they seem to be for others, which will happen. Learn the biology of your condition. Understanding that depression can be related to neurotransmitter imbalances, for example, helps remove the moral failing narrative, because that's what we will feel. You feel like you're failing each and every day, because your mind is playing that on repeat every day. It's on loop. So you just have to try to learn, keep learning. That's what I kept doing. I kept reading books. I kept reading books over and over, rereading, relearning, unlearning. Newer books would come, new information. Mind you, these disorders were found about 100 years ago, so it's still fresh. So there's new information each and every day. And for those who are around neurodivergent people, keep learning too. It's very important for you to keep learning also, because if you choose ignorance, you're not creating a safe space for them. So as I said, learn the biology of it all. Identify as a manager, not as a victim. When I say manager, self-managing yourself. Shift the internal dialogue from I am broken to I have a condition that I'm learning to manage. That will help you in the long run. Now, fighting and ending stigma. Stigma survives in silence and misinformation. We fight it through contact and language. Watch your language. Avoid using diagnostic terms as adjectives. The weather is so bipolar today. Stop that. Many people tend to do that. I think it's being insensitive. Oh, I'm so OCD about my desk. I think people should learn to stop and halt from all that. This trivializes the actual conditions. Share your story if safe. If you're not ready, take your time. As I said, once you're self-aware, it's easier for you to now communicate these things and be like, okay, guys, this and that. If they're ready to understand, well and good. If they're not, also that, well and good. Let it be, because you can't force people, you can't control their narratives. There's no way that you can find ways to control or change people's opinions and critiques. No, you can't change. So you just have to accept, and the first step is always accepting you. It makes it easier. So I mentioned, now share your story if safe. Stigma withers when people realize that someone they respect, a friend or a colleague or a family member, lives with a mental health challenge. Normalize treatment. Talk about seeing a therapist as casually as you would talk about seeing a dentist or a physical therapist. Let's make it easy for people to say, no, you know what, I'm going to see my therapist because today I'm feeling off. Many people feel like once you mention therapist, they think, yeah, this person is going through it, they're really going through it, but no, let's make it comfortable for people to air these things out. It's very important for them to feel comfortable the same way you feel like comfortable saying, no, I'm going to the doctor to see this about that. Let people be free to express who they are, and that makes it easier for them to move on with their condition. So incorporating wellness for the betterment of all will be to better yourself and those around you. Mental wellness must be integrated into your daily culture, not just addressed during a crisis. It has to be a continuous thing, continuous learning. It's not when now, oh no, King H is going through a crisis, that's when we now need to read. No. Learn now. To better yourself and those around you, mental wellness must be integrated into your daily culture, not just addressed during a crisis. I had to repeat that once and for all. I had to repeat that because people never really take that seriously. Boundaries as kindness. Setting clear boundaries on your time and energy prevents resentment. When you are well rested and emotionally stable, you are more present for others. Community care. Check in on your strong friends. Create a culture where it is okay to say, I'm actually not doing great today, because many people believe that, you know what, this person is doing okay, let's forget about them. Maybe they're going through all the shits that are there out there. They're really going through it, but they will not air it because they feel like they need to protect this person that you see. And as you said, and I've said in the previous videos, you cannot please everybody, so you have to stop. In order to be unstoppable, you have to stop, cut that mask out, completely shed it up. So communicate, checking on your strong friends, create a culture where it's okay to say I'm actually not doing great today. Mindfulness and movement. Incorporate small acts of mindfulness. This could be as simple as deep breathing during your commute or practicing gratitude at dinner. Gratitude helps a lot. Be thankful for anything and everything that's around you. Be grateful that you woke up today. Be grateful that you had food today. Be grateful for anything and everything. At the end of the day, always be grateful. Be specific about it if need be. But anyway, just always be grateful. It ain't, but it has to be genuine. Just don't say thank you just because of thank you. No, it has to come from your heart, because that's where the true being is. So that thank you has to really hold meaning towards you. So please be grateful. These small shifts improve the emotional climate of your household or workplace. As I mentioned, it helps it a lot. Instead of creating tension around you, just be grateful for everything. Somebody being a bum around you, be grateful for their nonsense. Accept them for who they are. As I said, and I recommended a book by Mel Robbins, The Let Them theory works, but it takes time. Everything takes time. So if you have a look at the book or the audio book, I think the audio book is out, have a listen. It will really aid you. And mindfulness and movement. You incorporate small acts of mindfulness. That's what I mentioned. Create small acts of mindfulness. Be mindful of everything. that is there around you. Be mindful of everyone and everything. Just always be open to understand that people are different. So once you have that open mindset, it makes things easier. But what I can say is, all in all, if you just discovered you have any mental disorder or someone close to you suffering from it, it's not the end but the beginning of better things to come. Give each other support always, as that's the key ingredient in it all. Everything gets better with time, and if it doesn't, it's preparing you for better. In the long run, it will aid you. Live, love, and share this life. I'd like to say thank you for watching. Thank you for listening in. And for all that are going through something right now, there's better to come. Always keep the faith. Faith is loyalty in the unknown. So you have to keep the faith. I'm not even going to say help keep the faith, because it will take you further on in this life. Because as I mentioned, this is the life that we know, and we know only this life. We don't know what's next. So once again, hope you're having a good day or a good evening, depending on what time you're watching this. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you all. Love and peace, and take care. Peace.